Welcome back to Enigmatic Echoes, where we take history, twist it just enough, and suddenly, you're questioning why cemeteries even stay open after dark. I'm Jazz, and tonight, we're heading to a place where grief turned into something a little harder to explain. Because this isn't just a statue, this is a warning. Let's set the scene. We're in Oakland Cemetery, quiet, historic, and during the day, honestly, kind of peaceful. But there's one monument that doesn't feel peaceful at all. Standing just over 8 feet tall is a dark bronze statue, an angel, wings partially open, head slightly tilted, one arm raised as if she's either blessing or warning. This is known as the Black Angel. Originally erected in 1913, she wasn't always black, and that's where things start getting strange. The statue was commissioned by a woman named Teresa Feldevart, later known as Teresa de Lazal Feldevart. She had lived a life filled with loss. Her husband, Nicholas Feldevart, died, then her son, then later her second husband. So she had the monument created, not as something sinister, but as a grave marker, a symbol of mourning, of a remembrance, of love. The angel was cast in bronze with a golden finish, bright, radiant, peaceful, but that didn't last. Over time, the statue darkened. What was once gold became deep brown, then darker, then almost completely black. Now, scientifically, this is oxidation, a completely normal chemical reaction, bronze reacting to the elements. But here's the problem. People didn't see science, they saw a change. And people love meaning, so that story started. The first version is the darker one. They say, the angel didn't turn black because of time. They say, she turned black because of guilt. According to the legend, Teresa wasn't as innocent as she appeared. Some versions claim she poisoned her husband. Others say she betrayed him, and when he died, she built the angel to cover it up. But grief doesn't hide secrets, and neither does judgment. So the story goes, the angel darkened as a reflection of her sins. No weather, not age, but something far more personal, a curse. Now, the second version is quieter, but somehow just as unsettling. In this version, Teresa made a promise. She swore loyalty, faithfulness, but after her husband's death, she remarried, and the angel didn't approve. So instead of a curse of guilt, this became a curse of betrayal. The blackening of the statue wasn't punishment for murder, but for breaking a vow, which honestly feels like a very intense reaction from a statue. But legends don't do subtle. Now here's where things shift, because over time, the Black Angel stopped being just a story and became an experience. People started coming at night, college students, locals, curious visitors, and the rules started forming. Rule number 1, do not touch the angel, because if you do, you'll die within the year. Rule number 2, do not kiss the angel, because if you do, death comes sooner. And rule number 3, never stand beneath her wings at midnight, because something might notice you. Now let's talk about what people claim to have experienced. There are reports of the air suddenly feeling heavy, like pressure, like something is pushing down on your chest. People say their electronics glitch, phones die, cameras refuse to focus. Others describe hearing something subtle, not voices, not footsteps, but something like a shift, like movement that shouldn't be there. One account describes a group of students standing nearby, laughing, daring each other to touch the statue. One of them did. Nothing happened. They laughed it off. But weeks later, he was involved in a car accident, and suddenly, it didn't feel funny anymore. Even with skeptics, people who don't believe any of this say the same thing. The statue feels different, not aggressive, not threatening, but aware. Like when you're being watched and you turn around and no one's there. But the feeling doesn't go away. Now here's the thing. There's no confirmed supernatural activity, no official reports, no documented proof. But legends like this don't survive because of proof, they survive because of experience. Because enough people feel something, and when enough people feel something, it becomes real in a different way. The Black Angel works as a legend because it taps into something deeper: grief, guilt, broken promises, and the idea that even after death, something lingers. Not always to haunt, but sometimes to remind. So if you ever find yourself in Iowa City and someone suggests a late night cemetery visit, just remember, it's all fun until someone says, "Go touch the statue." And suddenly, you're rethinking every life decision you've ever made. Because maybe it's just bronze, maybe it's just oxidation, or maybe some things don't like being forgotten. If you enjoyed tonight's episode, make sure to follow Enigmatic Echoes and share this with someone who would definitely touch the statue, just to prove a point. We all know at least one. Stay curious, stay cautious, and maybe stay out of cemeteries after midnight. Good night.